Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-December 2024 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's why I call it a bridge the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well with some additional insight, and that's when the bridge the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, someone can be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel you can see a way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Two of Cups. So this is actually Cancer energy here. And this could just be saying that in the past you might have really felt at home with this person on the one hand, but it might have been a bit of a rocky road between the two of you. Because if we think of the Two of Cups in a lot of decks, they tend to be very light, airy looking images. And then here we see clearly there's lightning in the background. One of the cups is knocked over, clearly a stormy type of situation. So it could have been a deep feeling for each other on the one hand, but at the same time, maybe there's some practical energies getting in the way of the connection. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is at least an indicator that for a lot of you, it could have been them who were the ones causing the issue between the two of you. And if that's the case, could have just been some unhealed wounding as far as they might have been the type to push people away because they had their own thing that they needed to work through. So that's what I see with that. All right, present energy on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent of the Empress in traditional tarot. And yeah, to me this says that you have ultimately a lot of openness toward the connection. I feel like this is saying you also see a lot of potential within the connection as well. For some of you, maybe you might have met this person initially during Leo season, given that there's some Leo symbolism in the card as well. Right, present energy on their side, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here. And this looks, the artwork here looks like someone going through a bit of a grieving process. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, maybe that's part of why they are pushing people away. And in this particular instance, it appeared to be you. Could be because that they have their own healing that they're still going through, possibly from a past connection with someone, or maybe just someone in general that they might have lost who was close to them. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Princess of Cups. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Cups. It could just be saying that on the one hand, your feelings for this person is still there, but I feel like this is saying that with the body language and everything, maybe you're starting to lose some faith that this could actually become something more with this person. All right, and in the future energy on their side, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is a Libra energy here, which on the one hand is your house of relationships, but if we look at the artwork here, what stands out to me is we see the 9 swords behind her head. So if you think of it from that perspective, really you have the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and even though this is the Queen of Swords, we see the 9 swords there, and the one placed at her feet pointing in that direction, right? So I feel like this is saying that ultimately they might want to connect with you, but again, it looks like they're still working through their own issues at this time. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the 7 of Coins. So this could just be saying that maybe you might see within them that maybe they are a little bit behind where you are, right? So, you know, one of the more harsh ways you could say that is maybe you feel like there's a imbalance in the maturity levels between the two of you, but I don't think you're necessarily looking at it in too judgmental a way. I feel like you are just coming to the realization, though, that, okay, you know, maybe this can be something down the line, but I feel like you realize that, okay, this person's still working through some stuff. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Death card. So this is a Scorpio energy here. And yeah, like I said, this seems to bring back what we were talking about in the present energy, where it looks like why they might push others away and be a bit more standoffish is because they're going through a grieving process. So like I said, it's going to vary for a lot of you. So some of you maybe they really did lose someone in the physical sense in the past, and they're still going through that. As far as you, could just be more of an emotional thing that they're going through. But either way, looks like they're definitely in a bit of a heavier energy at this time. All right, so next we'll move on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. Just looking for a single card here, and I'll give it a few shuffles. Then we'll put the deck down, cut the deck, and pull a card. Okay. So, like I said, we'll just cut the deck and pull a card that way. Take this one here, get this out of the way. And next we'll pull a single card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation, we'll just give it a few shuffles, put the deck down and cut the deck. Alright, so let's take this one here, get this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the Messages of Love card first. Alright, we have Regret. It says someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. So interesting there, right? Because this seems to be a continuous thing that this person's going through. And given that it was the Seven of Swords, there was part of me that thought that, again, maybe it wasn't just isolated to you as far as them pushing others away. Because if we look at the artwork, we see the one person sitting by themselves with all those swords sit at the table and no other people are at the table, right? So to me, that gives me the thought of someone who repeats this cycle with multiple people, right? And I don't necessarily even feel like just in a romantic sense, right? It could be their friends, family, you name it, right? But regardless, that seems to say that, okay, maybe this is primarily pointing to specifically with you. They have regret around that, and maybe that's the grieving process that they're going through, and maybe there's that part of them that does want to come in and try to make things right, but maybe for some of them they might feel like the ship has sailed already. But we'll see what the Wisdom of the Oracle adds to the mix. All right, we have co-create. There's the artwork, and the number is 40. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening up to new ideas you never would have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept the art open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. So it's interesting there because to me, what that message seems to point to more than anything is just more like a hope for the future, right? Because, just looking at these cards now, on the more positive sense, it does look like there is a progression there, right? Where, like we said, the Seven of Swords is the pushing energy away. 8 looks like there's some regret around it. The Queen of Swords looks like, okay, it's still heavy on their mind. They want to communicate, seeing that the sword is pointed toward the cards on that side. But again, looks like there still might be a bit of a to be continued energy with that, because in the future, I don't see them, some of you might hear from this person, but it looks like there still might be a bit more of a healing process they need to go through. So might require some patience, but at the very least, when this mentioned, oh, aren't you glad you left their heart open, or whatever the exact wording was there, could just be saying that, if you give it a little bit more time, maybe there will be a chance for things to improve between the two of you. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season and all that, and I'll talk to you all next month. All right, bye.